Good morning for everyone, and good afternoon if you're in the East Coast. Welcome to Trading with Sergio, Monday edition. What am I saying? They're always Monday. Good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Back at work, pretty much sitting on my hands after Friday, trying to figure out if Friday's big move down was something special or a nothing burger. But Friday was a good day, so I'm just sometimes it's best to sit on your hands. To be perfectly honest, I may be sitting on my hands the rest of the year. When I say sit on my hands, sparingly do a few trades here and there. No reason to give back what I already have accomplished. So the other thing is I have a new project. Of course, there's always new projects in my life. But this is something that we all may benefit from. So I'm going to be the well, not the leader, but what do you call it? A scout. I'm going to be I'm back. Yes, back. Please put a thumbs up. Please, please. My internet is very sketchy. I don't know what's going on. I apologize. Um, can you guys put a thumbs up in the chat? Okay, thank God. Okay, so where was I? Sorry. I really can't just um I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm uploading at 100 and downloading at 600. So it's as fast as it could be in my area, but I think the problem is my Wi-Fi. I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I think I'm going to go to a LAN, like a direct line, because without internet, I'm useless. Well, most of us are useless. So, where was I? Anyway, so I'm sitting on my hands today mostly. I'm adding to a couple of positions, nothing important. Good morning to everyone. I will get to the chat in a minute. As I was saying, I'm being the scout for all of us. I'm researching into a company called Quant Data. Okay. Look, I'm an old dog, but can I learn new tricks? Definitely can. And you always have to be looking to improve and create a different edge for yourself. So there is this interview. It's on the channel. Please go check it out. I don't care about the views or the YouTube dollars or whatever. It's about education, and this could not be more educational than I could really talk about. Okay. It's with a young man named William. He's from Canada. He represents a company called Quant Data. Okay. They are revolutionizing the way data analysis goes when it comes to trading, all kinds of trading, specifically in options. Okay. And they have a free Discord channel. You're more than welcome to go join it. It's Quant Data. Click on the Discord. It doesn't cost anything. I've been joining them for about a month now. And after first week or so, it intrigued me to the point that I said, William, do you want to do an interview with me and explain to our audience, to my audience, what Quant Data does? So Quant Data basically doesn't look at charts, doesn't look at moving averages, doesn't look at technical analysis, doesn't look at anything, okay? What Quant Data does is something very unique. They do have some competition, but I think they're definitely by far the leader in the area. What they do is they take live feeds, basically on derivatives, such as options, zero DTEs and things like that, mostly on the indexes at the moment, but they also look into individual shares. What they do is they analyze the Greeks on the fly. So for all of you who are new to the channel, by the way, somebody just became a member. So who is it? Terry Fowler. Thank you, Terry. Much appreciated. I will get to your t-shirt in a minute. So what Quant Data does is they analyze data, right? Today, data is power. You guys remember in the old days, how many bank robberies 20 years ago we used to hear, right? How many bank robberies are you guys hearing now? None. Why? Doesn't make sense. The bank robberies now are happening on the internet through hacks, right? And we all hear it day after day. Even the biggest companies, including IRS, got hacked, right? So, that information, that data is money, it's gold. And so Quant Data obviously is not doing anything like that, but what they're doing is they're looking into data, live data, second by second, literally every day. And they're seeing the major whales meaning institutions, putting billions of dollars into derivatives. And they're analyzing that and they're putting it in a picture in charts, analyzing delta, gamma, vana, theta. Okay, now you guys are going to say, I don't know any of these things. I take my hands off on that one. For the first month and a half of the channel, we did nothing but those. Okay, I even recommended a couple of books. They're on the community page. Where is the community page? Community page is on the YouTube channel. You go videos, shorts, live, and then the last tab you swipe left is the community page. The screenshots of the books, the covers on Amazon are there. I'm not an affiliate of Amazon or anything, but you guys need to read these things. There's a couple on technical analysis and couple on options. Okay, so once you start getting comfortable with options, I trade options, obviously, but so Quant Data intrigued me to the point that I became a subscriber, and I think it's $60 a month, which is no big deal for me at the moment. I'm not telling you to go subscribe, but what I'm telling you is go to their Discord. Okay, just listen in. There are some amazing knowledgeable traders there. There's one guy is probably definitely better than me, but the rest are it's hosted by Quant Data. There's no pressure sales there. There's nothing there. You don't have to pay a subscription fee, nothing. But what I'm going to do is for all of us, I'm going to subscribe. Obviously, I've subscribed. And then I'm going to learn. And I'm going to spend this next month, since it's slow, because of Thanksgiving, because of Christmas. Excuse me. I have massive allergies. So I'm going to educate myself. The learning never stops, even for me, right? So why am I going to do it? First of all, it's a month-to-month subscription. If I don't like it, I quit. But what I'm going to do is after a week of listening in and joining the stage a few times, giving some advice to younger traders, is I think it's valuable information. I think what it will do, okay, I'm not going to change the way I do things, okay? And I'm not like putting if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've been doing this for 30 years. It works for me. And for most of you who are in the chat, which I will get to in a minute as members. So what they're doing is the new way of new age. Okay, you need to adapt. You need to zigzag. You need to adjust, and that's the adjustment. And now, one more tool in my toolbox. What will this do for me? And then in turn for you all, because I will definitely relay the information, is this. As I think I'm decent at what I do, but this may improve even what I do. Okay, because I want to get into more into the zero DTEs, zero DTEs, zero day trade, um, 0 day expiration, which are prevalent on all indexes, right? SPY, triple Q, IWM. So selling premium is my thing. I love selling premium because why? 95% of options and 99% of options expire worthless. But what Quant Data does is analyze where MVC is. MVC is most valuable contract, where max pain is. And these are new words. Please Google these. What they do is they know where institutions and dealers and market makers want the market to end up. And there is that edge. If you can see that picture, sell all the zero DTEs every day, do some put credit spreads, call credit spreads, and squeeze them and collect all that premium. So I have the funds to do it. And it may improve my returns. Maybe if it improves my returns 10% a year, 20% a year, it's massive. Okay. So I'm going to educate myself. I mean, I know all the Greeks and all the stuff as well as they do, but what the interpretation of it by looking at a chart that they present, like for example, this morning when the market opened, I was on their Discord, and there was an area that it was looking nasty right at the open, right? Everybody was short delta. Okay, now you may not understand what I'm saying, but be patient here. Everybody was short delta. It looked like there was no chance for the market to even rally today. Okay, after what happened on Friday, but sure enough, right about 7:30 a.m., all that short delta meaning people were short calls and long puts, meaning they were looking for a continuation to the downside, especially with the zero DTEs or weekly DTEs. So what happened is that on a live basis, you could see the flow turning, and then at some point it became all long delta. Everybody switched from being short to long, and sure enough, market followed, right? So I'm going to learn. I'm going to go to their Discord. I've subscribed already. I will probably have a couple of sessions with William. So go check that interview on the channel. It's under Insiders. If you didn't check it, if you don't understand it, don't panic. I will try to keep it as, I don't know, simple as possible. But at some point, you all need to understand what the Greeks stand for and how important they are, right? So basically, William even laughs at charts. He calls it chopsticks. Now, I'm not going to, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody has an opinion. Charts do work. But what are charts? Charts are looking backwards, what has happened in the past. Quant data is more like looking into the future. What institutions, I mean, we're talking billions of dollars coming into the market in derivatives. And when somebody is buying $200 million worth of a zero DTE, do you think they want it to expire worthless? No. So, this will create for me, what this will do for me, it will not just, obviously I can interpret the data and I still have to pull the trigger as a human myself, right? I mean, there's no algo that will pull the trigger. But what it will do is it will stop me from making some mistakes, okay? Which I do, I admit it. They're not often, obviously, but then, I create these biases for myself, right? And then this will take away those biases, because if I look at the data and I'm thinking of going short or buying puts or shorting the indexes, straight up, not as a hedge, and quant data's analysis says no, it's going higher, I'm not going to do it. So it will lower my mistakes. It will help me see the picture, the total picture better. Yes, I love looking at charts still. I'm still going to do that, do it with the equities. But quant data is more on the index side, right? So yeah, I think it's a valuable tool that I want to add to my toolbox, and we will all benefit from it. So that's that. So number 2, order of business. Terry just became a member. I see a bunch of members here. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I think we're up to 20 members now. For all the members, this is a shout out. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for supporting the channel. Obviously, you're interested in this. Obviously, you're looking to for a financially free future for yourselves. I'm going to help you get there, but you have to do the work yourself as well. Okay. So what do members get? Okay, well, members get two different things, and it may be going higher now, because I want to create a community of members who are helping each other, in every which way possible. And me being like kind of hovering over and trying to stop you from making the silly mistakes that I see you guys may be doing. So this will accelerate your progress towards your financial freedom. Okay. Now you have to trust me in this, that you have to trust that I know what I'm doing. If you think I'm some YouTube jockey about finance, there's a billion other channels, much bigger channels than mine. Go subscribe to them and listen, or go to a Reddit group and get blown away with a pump and dump. It's not my thing. But so what the members get are two things. Members get 2 extra live streams, one coming up in 10 days. We just did one last Wednesday. Every other Wednesday, we have a members only live stream, which only members can watch, and members can also watch the replay. The regular subscribers cannot watch those replays as well. What I do is I put the screen, the link up, and then all the members join. Instead of having YouTube names, we see each other's names. We call ourselves by first name, number one. Number two, they ask me all their questions. I help them with their setups, chart setups specifically. Now, after a couple, 3 weeks, we're all on the same page, I feel like. Not as far as, as far as knowledge, obviously, but I can see the progress specifically in a few handful of members, okay? Unfortunately, though, if you do become a member, right, just join the members only lives. You have to, because that's when the gold is. Seriously. I mean, being a subscriber is fine. Watching videos is fine. But there I have more one-on-one interaction with the folks, and I see the progress, and I'm super, super pumped about it. Okay. And so that's one thing you get as a perk, as a member, 2 extra live streams. I'm looking into it at New Year's. It may go up to 4 extra live streams for members. Okay. Now, usually they last about 2 hours. What I'm thinking of doing is, instead of doing 2 2-hour sessions, do 4 1-hour sessions, 60 to 70 minutes, kind of a members only live. So if you're a member, shoot me an email, sergio@sergioavedian.com. Let me know if you would be interested in something like that. I don't know why you wouldn't be, because what's happening is that people's schedules, not all members are joining. Maybe 6, 8 members are joining out of 20. I want all members to join. I want all members to chime in. There are some experienced folks in there who are members, I know for a fact. And, their schedules may not allow it for 1 week, but then it may allow it next week. So to me, it's like, I think that'll be better. That's what I was thinking. I may even start that earlier. So shoot me an email, sergio@sergioavedian.com. And the second perk you get as a member is what I'm wearing: a black t-shirt with hashtag Know Your Worth, gold and white. It's done in-house by gigwithit.com, who happens to be Kyle, who happens to be a member, which happens to be the official merchandise supplier of the channel. So we do it in-house. We will send you one for free of charge, including shipping, obviously. And a lot of members have received it already. And that's the other thing. We're like unisex showing up to the members' lives wearing the same t-shirt. How cool is that? I think it's like it creates more of a mental team picture than anything else. So those are the 2 things you're going to get. And I mean, $10, I don't know. I think I should charge more, but no, I'm not going to. But what's $10, right? It's not even a good burger meal these days, or a Happy Meal, or whatever you want to call it, combo or something. So, and the education you're going to get is about, not me giving you a fish. It's me teaching you how to fish. And then I want you to fish on your own. And I want you to teach me, how to fish at some point. Will it happen? Hopefully it will. Hopefully one of our members will do so well that he can get off the rat race that we call it rideshare or gig economy. Okay. Because there is no bad time to start learning. There's no bad time to start investing. So, all that said, lastly, schedule. Every Monday, Trading with Sergio live, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern during market hours. Those are going on indefinitely, no change there. Members only lives twice a month, every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Another thing, again, on the community page, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm posting my positions, open positions, gains, losses, full transparency. If you want to tag along, don't do what I do. Don't do options. Just go do the underlying security itself, because then your holding power is longer. Okay, and I know a lot of you, at least some of the members, did it and did wonderfully well. So go watch. Again, this is not financial advice, trading advice. I can't do that. It's not legal. But what I can do is I can post. So when I post the positions, the problem with that is I'm posting before 2 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you see, okay, on Wednesday, you saw that I had long puts, long index puts. Okay, I had 25 or 35 of the spider puts. Okay, what happened on Friday? When I posted on Friday, they were not there. Well, what happened on Friday? Market tanked, right? Massive. So what do you think those puts did? Doubled, at least, in my case anyway. So what do you think I'm going to do? I'm just going to sit there and not take that profit? Of course I'm going to. So what you will see is in the derivatives I'm trading, the options, they'll be there on Monday, but they may not be there on Wednesday. But you know what my cost is, you know what I got in, that's my position. And when they disappear on Wednesday out of the position screen, right, or the posting, and you can look at what happened to that underlying, right? Let's say Lunar or or whatever it was, you Upstart, whatever. So that means what? You can see what happened Monday, Wednesday, or one position I've been holding for 2 weeks now. There is another one that I've been holding for 10 days. So it's not that I do quickly in and out, but because I'm doing options and 1 month out mostly, so if I get a return of 50, 70, 80% out of that, or 100%, whatever in some cases, I'm going to take that. I'm not going to just sit on it because they're options, because they're a finite amount of time that I have on those options. I cannot just, let it ride. But on the underlying, if you do happen to join the party with the underlying equity or index, then you can let it ride. There is no time pressure, right? So with options, you have to be right in the duration and the direction. You have to be right on two things, which is really, really difficult. The timing is difficult. The strategies are difficult, right? But don't do options yet. We will get there next year. Hopefully, we'll all become expert option traders because the leverage is there, right? With limited amount of risk, you can make ridiculous amount of money on options. But then they're also very tricky, and 90% of people who trade options lose money. So let's see what else. That's about it. So let me look at the chat. Okay, spread the word around, people. I want like the other channel. I want to have 300 people in the chat. Good morning, Terry. Thank you for becoming a member. I already ordered your T-shirt. Connie, good morning. Frosted up. Yes, I did, but I came back. Techie B, I'm back. Mojotronics. AFRM, Mojotronics, new high. You know what I'm saying? Roy, good morning. My buddy Elon. My buddy Elon is a lot richer today. And Uber is a lot poorer today. Craig, good morning. Craig is the one that is not shy, one of the members. He just pulls the trigger. He's the most happy trigger pulling customer I have. He just goes in. I love his attitude, and he has no fear. Well, you'll learn, but yes, I get the gist. The Mojotronics. See, all these YouTube names, these people all have names, which I know, but I'm not going to say. Yeah, here we go. Watch the quant data. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Seriously, look into it, because I think it's a valuable tool to have in my toolbox. Okay, Mojotronics says tired of staring at charts. I don't know. Okay, well, do you know your Greeks? Do you know your Greeks as well as I do? What is Vanna? Put it in the chat. We're not Googling. You have 5 seconds. Put it in the chat. What is Vanna? No. Okay, cool. Now we're going to sell out. We're going to talk about that. That's becoming a whole, catching a falling knife in my case, but then I'm okay. news on Wave, Army contract. Well, one of the stocks I talked about on Friday, it's up another 10% today. BE, Bloom Energy. I'll take a look at it. What is that? They do electricity through ocean waves? I don't know. Okay, so what should we do? So we got the good morning out of the way. We got business out of the way. Let's look at let's go through. Actually, let's look at economic data this week. What do we have this week? What do we have this week? Okay, let's see what we got this week. Okay, this week, tomorrow, we have nothing today. That's why market's kind of flat. We'll have a big week actually coming up in one of the Mag 7s. October housing data starts. Important. I had a great video about, that people are becoming forced to become renters now. Please go check it out. I think I put it out on Friday because the home affordability is in the tank. Okay. Interest rates and mortgages are at 7%. Home prices keep going up. Why are home prices going up? Why? It's a hard asset, right? Look at all the hard asset prices: gold, silver, Bitcoin. Should we talk about? We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Mr. Michael Saylor. Talk about stock market, right? All the hard assets keep going up, new highs. So home affordability is getting out of control. Well, it has been out of control for a while, because even if you're making six figures to buy a house in California, it's almost an impossibility. So I put a video out there about that. I mean, home affordability has been in the tank for a while, and now home prices keep going up. Why? Because the government's debasing U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar is trash. They're turning it into toilet paper. I mean, they're still the global reserve currency. I get it. Imagine if we lost that, it will be just like Venezuela. So my thing is, how do you protect yourself against all this debasing? How do you protect against yourself all this so-called inflation, which government says is at 2%, which I call complete gaslighting of the American community or American public? So how do you do that? You get into hard assets. I have another interview about Bitcoin and hard assets. Please go check that out with Sonny Poe. Okay, what that guy did with his credit cards, brilliant, right? So he did actually a smaller version, much smaller version of what MicroStrategy is doing with Michael Saylor, right? Why do you guys think Bitcoin keeps going up? Why? Because it's a finite asset. Gold, it's not that easy to bring out. It's not finite, but it's a hard asset. So he said something at the end of that interview. You should go check that out as well when you have time. You just listen into it. It's on the Insiders. He said, "Don't slave harder. Save in hard assets." Let me say that again. Don't slave harder. Save in harder assets. So the government, the paycheck you're getting is losing value. I'm hoping that your paycheck is going up 6, 7, 8% a year just to keep pace with inflation. Is it? No. So now you got to do something, right, to bring yourself up to the next level. Well, the only way that's going to be done is by hard assets. And so housing starts coming up. NVIDIA, big earnings. I think this will be one of the, if not the biggest earnings report for NVIDIA going forward. Wednesday after the close. So that's why I'm also sitting on my hands, because that thing is going to definitely move the markets one way or the other. On Thursday, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. We'll see what happens with this new administration. They're talking big game. Hopefully they can follow through. On Thursday, again, October existing home sales data. Home sales are in the tank, existing or new home sales, because of the affordability index. And on Friday, we have global U.S. manufacturing PMI data, and as well as Friday, Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. This is not about Michigan, it's by the Michigan Federal Reserve. That's important, where the consumer is at. I think the consumer is extremely stretched. I have some videos coming up. Actually, we put one out last week, that the consumer is living on credit cards. Credit card debt in the country is at 8, not credit card, all debt, including mortgages in this country on the consumer side. Household debt is at $17.8 trillion. Just the interest on that alone hit $640 billion so far this year. Okay, so if you have credit cards and you're carrying balances, you know what you're paying. Don't play that game. You're going to go broke doing that. And then let's talk. Actually, let me put my charts up. I'll talk about MicroStrategy and the surrogates. I know a lot of you, Techie B. I know you. I know you traded it. Good for you. I know Craig bought Bitcoin at 70. I like that. And the right on the breakout with Michael Saylor. Oh, FYI, Michael Saylor just bought today. It came out. Just bought another $4.6 billion worth of Bitcoin, issuing 15 million shares of the company. Okay, MicroStrategy. He bought 51,780 more Bitcoin. He's over 320,000 Bitcoin in his corporate treasury now. Now, what else is happening? There is some copycats coming around. So I think I put a video out already. Okay, so Apple has 180 billion cash. Microsoft has 120 billion cash. We know Warren Buffett. I have a great Warren Buffett video coming out today, so you guys should check it out. Warren Buffett is up to 350 billion in cash. What's it with a B? He owns more treasury bills than the federal government. No joke. Google it. Check it out. Fact check me. All these Max 7s, have close to $1 trillion in cash. Trillion. They're just sitting in treasuries and collecting, 3-4%, while inflation is 6-7%. So nominally, they're losing 3%, 4% on their money. Imagine if just they took 10 billion each and did what Michael Saylor is doing. And a couple of companies in Europe, Semler Scientific, raised $21 million, bought 250 Bitcoin. It's a German company. MetaPlanet raised, which is a Japanese company, they raised some money to buy more Bitcoin. El Salvador is in Bitcoin. I talked about last Friday, Bhutan, a country of 800,000 people, their Bitcoin holdings just went over $1 billion. We know this is reasonably a Bitcoin-friendly kind of administration, right? And there are talks that the Treasury Secretary, Howard Lutnick, is going to be the Treasury Secretary, and he personally owns hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. So I don't know. Is it getting pumped? Is it getting hot? No. I've been talking about Bitcoin for, I don't know, 4 months since I had the channel. It's been consolidating, right? If you're a technical analyst or if you're looking at technicals, it went between 55,000 and 70,000 for 7 months. What do we call that? We call that a base, digestion period, consolidation period, whatever you want to call it, for the next leg up. Well, the next leg came when Bitcoin took out the all-time high. We're at 91,000 and change as of last second. I think we're on our way to 120. A lot of people are saying 100,000 is going to be the wall. I'm like, no. First of all, you have a $42 billion Michael Saylor MicroStrategy put. He announced on the last earnings report that he's going to buy $42 billion more worth of Bitcoin at any price. He already bought $6.5-7 billion worth out of that. Okay, so he's got 36 to go, and it's a 3-year plan he has. I mean, Bitcoin, as we know, for now, is a finite thing, right? There is no more of Bitcoin. There's only 21 million. Do I have Bitcoin? Absolutely, I do. I said that previously. Go check it out. Fact check. I always fact check, right? Fact check me. And if you find something erroneous or incorrect I'm saying, please email me, Sergio@sergioavedian.com. I'll be the first one to take it back. I own about 7 or 8. Well, now it's become more because Bitcoin has doubled again. It's probably 12% of my assets is in Bitcoin, because it used to be 6 or 7, 7-ish. And now, because the price has gone up another 50%, now I'm up like 10.5, 11%. So, but I'm never going to sell it. Did I buy more at 70,000 like Craig did? No. I cannot trade Bitcoin. I don't want to trade Bitcoin. I trade enough. I want to hold it. Just hold it and protect my butt from debasing the gaslighting that the government's doing. Okay. Okay, let me answer these quick questions. Luis says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Luis. Sergio, what is your opinion of buying straddle during? Yes, great question. Yes. So when I put the charts up, why don't I show you or answer your question with my option chain? Okay, Luis, so pay attention. Class is in session. But generically, if I were to answer that, yes, you can do straddles, but there's something called IV, It's not the one that you stick in your arm when you're sick. It's called implied volatility. Implied volatility is so high, and I'm going to show you how I would play it if I were to play NVIDIA. I'll show you the short term and week out and month out options, and you can understand what hopefully you know a little bit about Greeks. You can understand about options. Okay. Tanky B says, Joey B says, sorry. I like the idea of breaking our members line. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Then email me, Sergio Roger. Yeah, email me, Sergio. Right. Wow. I'm so used to saying that. Email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com. If you're an existing member, you didn't get your t-shirt yet, can you please email me, Sergio, your t-shirt size and your physical address? If you do become a new member, email me your t-shirt size and physical address. And please turn on all notifications so you get the notification as a member that there is a live stream coming up. So if you guys like me to do 1 hour session 4 times a month as opposed to, I think it's better probably, as opposed to 2 hour sessions, long, going on and on and on for twice a month, I thought that would be a better idea because I'm still spending the same amount of time. And I always go long in these things anyway. But I want all the members to show up. I think the most members that showed up to a live was like 8. I want everybody to show up. Okay, you became a member not to get the t-shirt. The t-shirt's $30. I don't care. You become a member for 3 months, I get my money out. Hopefully you stick around for 3 months. If not, I don't care. It's not the point. The point is I want to accelerate the progress. That's all I'm doing. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You can watch the video later. You can watch the replay of them. If you're a member, you can watch the video of the replay of the members live replay. XRP hovering around was okay. Okay, cool. I mean, look what happened to Dogecoin, right? 11 cents to 40 cents. That actually has gone up more than Bitcoin. But I don't touch any of the other shitcoins or Dogecoin or Solana. I like, but I don't know what they do. Litecoin, Lightning Network. I'm looking into it to maybe just diversify a little bit, not with new money. I want to maybe like rotate one Bitcoin of mine into, create like a little portfolio. Ethereum, you can always make more Ethereum. So I'm always leery about Vitalik, whatever his name is. What about what? Peanut? Oh, Peanut. Is that the squirrel that died or got shot? Is that what we're talking about here? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's go to the chart. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm getting good at this now. You all can see this, hopefully, the full chart. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is the S&P 500 daily chart. Let's look. I'm going to look at dailies. I'm adding new names always, and taking out old names, and broken down stuff is leaving the watch list. And so this is the S&P 500. Uptrend exists. There is that little trend line that I drew. I don't like too many charts. There is a channel going back years. Literally, I have that. You guys can see this channel right here. We're literally in the middle of the channel. We bouncing off of the 20 EMA. If William watches this from Quant Data, he's going to go nuts because he calls this chopsticks. I'm going like, William, I respectfully disagree. I didn't make like 240% on my trading account because these are chopsticks, but it's okay. I forgive you, William. He's a young man. He has his opinions. He thinks charts are garbage. I'm like, okay, William, whatever you say. But then, look, I'm not here to convince him otherwise, and he's not here to convince me otherwise. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It works. It works. Now, do institutions trade off of looking at charts as bouncing on 20 EMA, whatever? Probably not. They're probably doing what he's doing, right? But so we're going to add that to our arsenal. I mean, that's it. New tool. Love new tools, not new toys. That's the S&P 500. I bought 5 puts. I have another 5 to buy. I'm buying the December 590 puts on the index. Just a little hedge. So we have an island top that got created. If you read your technical analysis books, it's right here. There was a gap up on the day of the election and then gap down on Friday. So that's called an island top. Will those gaps get filled? Yes, they will. When? I don't know. Today we're bouncing off the 20 EMA. 50 EMA is 576. It's pretty far. And it happens to coincide with that uptrend. So if that breaks, we're looking into 200 EMA test of 540. So, we're playing with fire here, I think. But then I don't think the market's going to sell off until New Year's. So that's the SPY. This is the triple Qs. Same thing, massive island top. It actually took out on Friday the 20 EMA. Today it's bouncing back. So what happens in technical analysis? When you do break an EMA, the next day, hopefully, it's called a dead cat bounce. You will bounce back up towards it, and then you'll pull back again. 50 EMA is at 491.74, and 200 EMA is at 460. So this is the triple cubes. I have no position in it. I rather buy SPY puts than triple Q puts. Let's look at some Mag 7s. Apple having a nice day today. Again, going sideways. Not much really going on. You guys all know, if you read your technical analysis books, what kind of pattern this is turning into. This is a massive consolidation pattern. If Apple retested the high twice at 237.5. We're at 229. Support at 220. And again, down here at 215. It's just going sideways. See, this is what stocks do. Stocks go up about 3 months out of the year, okay? This is the acceleration phase right here. It goes from 164 to 235. That's massive for Apple. That's $1 trillion in equity or market cap. And then what they do, this was the Japanese yen carry trade debacle. Didn't even sniff at the 200 EMA. So everything is fine. It's going sideways. Next breakout, we're looking at $300 Apple. But when? So that's why you don't take a position. You just wait. I mean, you can trade here these little $5, $8 moves, but not for me. This is Microsoft, one of the most underperforming Mag 7 stocks. Now, you guys can see the difference between Microsoft and Apple. Microsoft is right on its 200 EMA. It's just struggling here. This looks like the opposite. Actually, if you turn this, if you mirror image of Apple, but to the downside, right? So big leg down, 468 down to 383. That's $1 trillion in market cap, by the way. Now it's just kind of rolling over and creating this massive top. Some people called me and said, is this a head and shoulder? It was here with the neckline right here. Microsoft is looking precarious. Not interested, but if it does break down, I'm definitely going with that breakdown. Meta, I mean, I don't know. A lot of these triple Mag 7 stocks looking a little really, really toppy to me. Google, just middle of nowhere, You got to buy these things, by the way. If you're DCAing or something, you don't worry about when to buy it. But if you're trading, you really got to pick your spot. Amazon, Jeff Bezos sold $1.5 billion more worth of stock on Friday, right at the goddamn high. I mean, right at 215. Okay. Again, some of you will say, "Oh, insider info." No, it's not insider info. Those are called 501B or something like that. They have predetermined sales. Okay, these executives. So and when it gets there, it gets done, and 215 to 201, about 17-point pullback, right on its 50 EMA. 50 EMA is 193. It made a new high, so obviously it's one of the stronger ones. And last but not, actually, we're going to go to Tesla. Being the president's number one is a good thing, I guess, right? I mean, how much did Tesla gain in market cap since Trump has won? About 300 billion ish. So I guess when Elon put all his eggs in the Trump basket, he kind of knew what he was doing. Today, obviously, there is news that the new government may look into autonomous vehicles a lot more friendlier fashion, and approvals may come with less regulation. I guess that's why he put all his eggs in that basket. And stock is up. It's kind of pulling back now, but beautiful chart. If you didn't know what this was Tesla and you didn't have any preconceived ideas, this is a beautiful chart. Buy pullbacks to 290, 50 EMA is at 260. I mean, that's how far we are from these things. And last but not least, NVIDIA earnings are Wednesday after the close. I do not like NVIDIA's chart. Why? There's two reasons. One, it made a new high without a confirming MACD, which is right here. Okay, last time it did that, it was right here. It was this top right here. Okay, you guys see this? The MACD was here, and then it retested the old high. MACD didn't even sniff at it. So every time a stock makes a new high, preferably you want MACD to make a new high as well, just like here on this move up. Okay, but here we had another bearish divergence in NVIDIA. Okay, I'm circling right down here and up here. There was a bearish divergence right here, and now we have made a high. We made an all-time high last week on NVIDIA. Look at the MACD. It's nowhere near. It's rolling over, actually. Luis, I may short NVIDIA, but then you need to have the cojones. It's under 20 EMA, 50 EMA on NVIDIA, 134. Earnings are going to come out. We'll look at some options, maybe some trade ideas. Let's go to my actual screen, my little watch list. I had a couple of little stocks, EV toll stocks, actually. Archer Communications. I like Archer Communications. Above is 200. Archer Aviation, what am I saying? These are the flying cars, electric ones. They're called EV tolls, EVTOLs. I think toll stands for something. Chris knows better. Chris loves this stuff. We're going to have the CEO actually on the other channel. So yeah, technically I like the chart above 200, above 50, above that, MACD above 0, consolidation phase, big volume came in right here, as you guys can see, and this will go sideways for a little bit longer, and next leg up should be into the 5.5 range, and then after that 7. So easy trade really. If you're interested, even here 435, 200 EMA is 390. That should be a risk. But it'll go sideways, buying pullbacks for sure. Affirm up another $5. Mojotronics, are you here? Air is one of my favorites, right? I mean, beautiful, just beautiful. Just higher highs, higher lows. I know Mojotronics is in it. I don't know where, like in the 40s. He's a member. Let it ride, Mojotronics. Where can it go? Sell some cover calls if you have 100 shares, Mojotronics. If you don't, it's okay. I mean, look, Affirm was a $150 number. It came down. These are the types of charts I like. Going back 3 years, consolidation, and a breakout. And now the next resistance on this, Jesus, it's not even until like 75, 78. So let it ride, Mojotronics. Let the winners run. Let the winners run. Take the losses quick. What am I looking at? Oh, this is 2 minute. Never mind. Okay, so we're back to the yearly. Beautiful chart. AI is another stock I added, as you guys know. Actually, it's an AI stock, 3CI. Nothing major yet, but it's kind of consolidating. And then always once in a while, look at the longer term picture if you're going to buy it. See, this is another type of pattern that I like. Here's a high, here's a high. You connect this high to this high. It's about to break out. It's kind of meandering around the 250 EMA. I like these types of stocks. It's in the right group. I mean, I'm not going gung-ho in it, but when I add it to my watch list, doesn't mean I'm buying it. I watch it quite a bit. Here's Albemarle. This is 3-year chart. This is a $330 number that is down to 100. It was as low as 80. This is a lithium stock, okay? And I think lithium is bottoming out. The only reason I'm not buying it yet is under this 200 EMA. I don't have a tendency of buying things under 200 EMA, but if it does take that out, I'm all over this, about 110. It's a big company, by the way, so it's not going to move like a GameStop, okay? But then the move is going to be appreciable, 40-60% level. AMD, dead man's really, I mean, it came right into support. Like it's bouncing a little bit. Not interested really. It's just maybe it's in a trading range. I mean, if you did buy it on Friday into the depths of hell at 132, 135, it could be in a trading range. I don't know. I mean, there are much better charts than this. 132 low, 175 high. So it's 40-point range you can trade swing options on, but not my thing. One of my favorite stocks, earnings came out. They shook everybody out. AST Space Mobile. This is a competitor for Neuralink. I'm not Neuralink, Jesus, SpaceLink. I like this chart. It's been, it went from 5 to 40. Okay. I really traded my butt off in here, and now it's just going sideways. Consolidation phase. You guys know what that means. I'm all out of my Chinese exposure, as you guys have known for a while. Here's Bloom Energy. I mean, I talked about this last Friday. I added it to my watch list. And what happens on Monday? I wake up, it's up 50%. And I'm like, killed myself. I didn't have a position in it. It won't give me a chance to get in. I mean, up another 10% today, right? So, but I know what to do now. See, this is the buy on dip. 20 EMA is at 13.5. Stock is 23, 24. I mean, when you're like 10 points above your 20 EMA, it's nosebleed. You got to be really careful. Consolidation, pullback. I hope to God it pulls back to 18 to 20 range so I can get in, because next leg higher is going to be a lot higher. They got a massive contract, by the way, from AEP, American Electric Power, because guess what? AI needs massive amounts of power besides EVs. So this is the 3-year chart, right? I pull back to, okay, so old resistance is new support, as you all know. 18 is it, right? If you can grab this at 18, grab it. 17, 18, 19, in that range. Yeah, this is definitely going to be in my trading list for a while, like Carvana was, and like Kava was. So this is BE. I'm not talking about the Chinese ones like Baba, Billy, things like that, but that's because I'm out. And then, so this is Capricorn. I've been watching this. I traded this, as you guys know. It's a biotech stock. Got to be really careful with biotech. They're issued shares. They have a couple of really great products coming up. So it's consolidating, right? If you can get in the 16-ish range, right above the 50 EMA, fine. MACD will come down to 0, find support, roll back up. I think it's good. As I said, I'm all out of my Kava on my long-term portfolio. That earnings report day was so obvious. Everybody just got sucked in. And now actually, I may just re-enter this thing, right? It got up to 172. Now we're at 136. 50 EMA is at 130. I would get back into this at 130. I didn't think it would do this when I sold it in my long-term portfolio, but again, this has been throwing bearish divergence after bearish divergence, but then when the MACD is above 0, this far above 0, that's kind of expected. I may just get back into Kava at like 130. I love eating their food. I love the concept. CCJ is another nuclear name. We're going to go through a couple of those. And Vic in the chat had actually gave us the light at the end of the tunnel on those. I didn't even know about these stocks. He turned me on to them. Thank you, Vic. He's not a member. I don't know why he's not a member. Coinbase. We know what's happening with those, right? With all the Bitcoin stocks. Coinbase. DoorDash keeps making new highs. I hate these companies with a passion, because we know what they do. Let's see. Geo. Okay. Well, I'll go through my positions, but I'll post them. I have some $20 puts on this at 20 cents. Anything I'm buying now, I'm buying them at like such low premium levels that even if they expire worthless, it's not going to hurt me. It's just a massive move. It's a private prison stock. Went from 14 to 28. Now it's just consolidating. Either this puppy is going to roll over or this thing is going to blow out and go into the 30s now. But then to me, it's like not going to make that much of a difference, really. Okay, here's my headache. HOWL 173. I mean, I'm long 13,500 shares of this. Although I did sell options, and I started selling them again today. The $2.50 calls is called the cover call strategy. Man, this is turning into my goddamn headache. But then, this could be also my tax loss selling at the end of the year on the 31st stock, right? Sell it, take the loss, don't pay the gains, or nullify some of the gains on the other stuff. I don't want to do it. I know the company reasonably well fundamentally, but I will sell calls. I will keep selling $2.50 calls. I sold them last month. They expire worthless. I started selling them at 10, 15 cents. Maybe if it goes higher, maybe 20, 25 cents. Keep lowering my cost. That's all I can do. If you did follow me on this, and this was the only one that you followed me with, I'm sorry, but then I told you not to follow me. If your holding period is not like mine, or if your account cannot handle these drawdowns, IWM is a buy, okay, people? So we made a new high, okay? Got up to 242. That's the Russell 2000 index. So this was the breakout. This pattern, like sideways, 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 new high, gap up on the Trump victory, pulling back into old resistance, which is new support now, like 277, 279, 227, 229 is amazing support there. Let's see. Lunar was one that we traded all together. Hopefully you all made money there because it was wonderful. Now, I still think it's going to go sideways, just like it did here. Okay, Lunar is intuitive machines, space related. All these space related stocks are doing really well. And we talked about it right here when it broke out. Earnings came out. That thing went from 8 to 15 in a matter of 5-6 days. Okay, it's one of my favorite looking charts. I like it. There's no reason not to keeping it on the watch list. MicroStrategy, holy crap. The options are so expensive on this. I want to trade them the worst way, not in a directional way, sell premium. But we'll talk about options when I talk about NVIDIA. So actually, since we're at NVIDIA, let's answer Luis's question about buying a straddle. So what's the straddle, people? Do you all know what a straddle is? Straddle, strangle. Do you guys know what that is? Okay, a straddle or a strangle is you buy the put options and you buy the call options of the same strike price of the same month. You're playing for a move, massive move up or down, okay? Let's look at options. Luis, pay attention. So NVIDIA has options expiring this Friday, and which is after the earnings report. So I'm going to give you guys a little lesson on IV, okay? This is the option chain. Stock is 140, all right? So let's look at the vicinity there, okay? 140. So 140, again, pay attention to open interest, obviously, and volume. Today, so far, it's only 11 a.m. Pacific. The 140 calls traded 55,000 contracts, and just that single call option, okay? The strike price is every dollar for this Friday's expiration. On open interest of 28,000, the put options traded practically the whole open interest, 28,000. So here's what Luis is asking me. If you buy a straddle on NVIDIA expiring on Friday, this coming Friday, 4 days from now, you're paying $6.50 for the call options, and you're paying $6-ish for the put options. So combine that. So you're basically putting premium out. Combine that is $12, $12.50. So NVIDIA is 140. For you to make money with a straddle, NVIDIA has to be above 152 because 6.5 plus 12.5. Okay, 6.5 plus 6 is 12.5. Stock is at 140, 12.5 above or 12.5 below. So either by Friday it has to be below 128 or above 152 for you to make any money with this straddle. What is the reason for that? Well, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at something called implied volatility. implied volatility on NVIDIA on average runs about 55%, okay? They're at 107% on the call side, and they are 106% on the put side. Now, what's going to happen most likely is that NVIDIA, even if NVIDIA moves 5, 6, 8, 10 points on the earnings, there's going to be something called theta crush or decay, time decay. And that implied volatility is going to get crushed at the open. It's going to pull back, not to 55, that's normal, but it's going to pull back probably from 80. So even if the stock moves, you're going to lose some premium value. Okay, Luis, get it? So it's a difficult proposition for me. And so in order for you guys to understand the difference of implied volatility and all the Greeks in these options, let's look at, so November's were running at 105% on each side. The week after the 29th expiration at 140s, okay, here they are. This is the 140s. Next week, so you have 2 weeks now expiration. Look at the IV, 72% on the call side, 72% on the put side, okay? Now let's go one more week out, okay? Let's go to December 6th. Let's go to the 140s. The same thing, same straddle you can put on. You're buying more time, you're paying less premium. Look at the puts and the calls for December 6th, 140 straddle. 62.5%. Do you guys see how that's normalizing the IV? That's the importance of IV. So if you're paying such high IV and placing directional bets like straddles, you're going to eat it most of the time because underlying is not going to move as much as it's indicated, and then that premium is going to get crushed. Okay. So once in a while it works out for you. Like on Upstart, it worked out for people last week because stock moved 30%, right? I don't think NVIDIA is going to move 30% on the earnings report, up or down. So now we're down to 62.5%. Every week that we're going out, IV is getting crushed. Well, not getting crushed, it's getting normalized actually. Now let's look at December 13th on the 140 straddle. Well, what do we have here? Here's the 140s. We're down to 57.5, okay, and 58 range on the IV. Now, Luis, if you were going to do a straddle, you're going to pay a little bit more. Okay, so for the 1 weekly straddle, Luis, you would have paid 12.5. For the December 13th expiration, which gives you tons of time, if you're going to do the straddle, 9 and 8, you're going to pay 17. I'd rather pay 5 more with an implied volatility of 58 if I was going to put a straddle on NVIDIA than do it with the weekly options because the time premium is going to kill you. Okay. Now, my play on this would be selling a put credit spread and a call credit spread. But I will have to explain that in detail at some point. If you're all interested, put it in the chat, then I'll come back and explain it to you guys. Because then you can have wings on it that will not hurt you, right? Because I want to collect premium on increased volatility going for this Friday. Okay, how about that? Actually, we can do a paper trade if you guys want. And I'll explain it too. So if you're interested in that, put it in the chat. And these are the December's, regular expiration 140s. Okay. And look at all these millions and millions and millions of options. Here's the 140 straddle for December. You guys, we remember what I said when I was looking at the weekly options? 110, right? 110 was the IV, 108, 110. Look where the Decembers are at. Completely normalized at 55 because that's what NVIDIA's normal IV is. So even if you go December, like over 30 days out, you're going to pay about 17, 18 and a half for it, only $6 more then, and this you have time. And when the underlying moves on the call or the put side, yes, you will lose some premium due to the IV crush, but you're not going to lose as much as you do on the weekly ones. Okay. So that's NVIDIA. That's the story on the strangles or straddles. But those are what straddles are. You can do, wider straddles. Like you can do 150 puts, 150 calls, but straddles and strangles you have to do the same strike, same month. You can do verticals, you can do whole kinds of things. But I will explain actually what my strategy would be on the weekly options on NVIDIA. So we're back at the range. Let's look at a few more charts. Where were we? JP Morgan. Okay, Lunar I talked about. MicroStrategy, I mean, what is there to say? Remember the surrogates that we used to talk about? MSTU. This is the 2x of MicroStrategy, as if MicroStrategy needs more ETFs. This is MicroStrategy. Stock is 371, retesting the old high almost. This is MSTU. This is 2x MicroStrategy. It's only up $23, 17%. So it's keeping the 2x. Like MicroStrategy is up about 9%. MSTU is up about 18%. So it's keeping the 2x. This is MSTU. This is 1.7 times MicroStrategy MSTX. Micron, I'm just going alphabetically now. Micron broke down. I don't like it. I don't know. It may be like AMD kind of a thing, trading range, really. One of the nuclear stocks that Sam Altman is related was Oklo, OKLO, Oklo Inc. They do nuclear energy, and supposedly a lot of these AI centers, data centers, are going to need massive amounts of energy, and nuclear has been getting hot over the last few weeks and months. I added to my Piedmont Lithium, that group. I bought the options. I bought the December 20 options. They're like 15, 20 cents. But when this does break above the 200 EMA, it's just going sideways. Does this look like this chart to you guys? Lunar, remember lunar chart? Just kind of right here, just went sideways. And then this is PLL, but it's doing it under 200 EMA. So, but if it does go above this 200 EMA, I'm going to be all over this. This may be my best trading idea actually going forward. But then if you look at the 3-year chart on PLL, you guys know I love these, right? Sideways, sideways, sideways. It's going back 3 years. This was a $70 number. We're at 12 and a half, 13. Okay. So keep this in mind. I will buy the equity on this if it breaks above the 200 EMA in my long-term portfolio. Let's see. I like this little stock called Peloton. You guys know about? Oh, Palantir. A lot of people ask me about Palantir. The insiders sold ridiculous amount of shares on Friday. It's getting a little crushed today, but then uptrend. What is there not to like, right? Just going sideways, consolidate until the MAs catch up. It may go sideways for a while. This is a $147 billion market cap company with 400 million in sales. So I'm not sure. It's like 40 times sales now. It's a little too high for my blood. SoFi was another one. Beautiful chart. Broke out right here. Okay, right there. 8.5. I think one of our members, Craig, is in this, and it was one of his ideas. Hopefully you're still in it. You do not trade these. You just, if you're buying equity, you can hold on. If you're trading options, different story. I like Peloton. I'm hoping, it's pulling back. I mean, in $9, pulled back to 7.5. There's a gap. Earnings came out. It was pretty decent. That gap closed about 7. 7 to 625. That's where the 50 EMA is. I'm a buyer. So equity, not options. On low price things, I don't really like options too much. Let's see. PayPal, I added. These are becoming like higher highs, higher lows, right? Every time it's consolidates for about, I don't know, a month and a half. Next leg is higher. These are the buy on dip stocks, right? Reddit is one. Like it a lot. Earnings were here. There's the catalyst right here. Okay. If it gives you the 115-ish on the 20 EMA, jump it long term. Okay. These are long term. Buy and hold. Rivian, I'm not looking at. Rocket Labs was another one. It's involved in the ASTS group and Intuitive Machines group. Look at that chart. I mean, no reason to sell these things, right? If you bought it, if you're lucky enough to buy at 6, and then you should have added to it on this move right here, breakout at 10, should have added again. A lot of people say making money in stocks is buy low, sell high. I disagree. Buy high, sell higher. There's a biotech stock I started watching, Cassava Biosciences. You guys understand why, right? right above his 200 EMA, just going sideways. Easy trade, really. I mean, if you're going to buy it, although the problem with these biotechs is that they have bad news, they gap down and go down 50%. So to me, it's like, I hate biotechs because of that reason. But then technically, it's okay. Let's look at Sigma Lithium is in the same as another small stock like PLL. Again, under is 200 EMA, but they're all just kind of trying. Okay, PLL I like more than SGML. It keeps coming down and kissing the 50-day. I mean, it's a really low risk trade if you're going to buy equity, and follow me on this. Your stop is going to be right about 11 and a half. Stock is 1275. I don't know, risking about 7-8%, and then holding, on the breakout, you buy more. Okay. I just bought more PLL options at 20 cents. See, these are what I'm doing now. I'm just dicking around with 10, 20-cent options. I'm buying December $20 calls in case it breaks out. Because if it does break out 15, that thing is going to take a quick jump to 20. And those 20-cent calls, which can go to zero, obviously, are going to be probably like a couple, $3. So we're looking at like 10x. Again, don't do it. SMR, I think this was one of Vic's ideas. Another nuclear stock, new scale power. These are the types of charts you guys need to look at. What else? TLT. I keep looking at TLT. I don't know. There's something wrong with this picture. This is the inverse 20-year T-note interest rate. So if TLT is going down, rates are going up. Since the day the Fed cut the rates twice, that has gone nothing but go down. You went from 102, we're down to 90. Interest rates are going up. The market is telling the Fed, you are full of S, and we're not buying what you're selling. Let's look at Uber. Uber has been nothing but disaster since the earnings came out. Oh, excuse me, my allergies. Gosh. Here's Uber. Well, what do you guys think? Does this look like a good chart? What happened is that everybody got sucked in on this day. What day was that? That's the day that Elon Musk announced the RoboCab. They said, oh, no threat to Uber. And all the suckers got in at high 87. Right now, we're at 68. I wouldn't buy Uber with your money. Under is 200 EMA, breaking down again today because Elon said that, the government accelerate his RoboCab regulations or not be as stringent with the regulations. Don't like it. Don't like this chart. I like Lyft better. Look at the Lyft chart. Which one is better, people? Think about it, right? It's the same thing. They do the same thing, right? I like Lyft. Lyft on pullback to 15, 16 is a buy for me. This was the huge catalyst on the earnings. Actually, they're taking some market share from Uber. Uber, actually, since the earnings, when was Uber's earnings? Has done nothing but go down. Here's the earnings on Uber right there. This big gap down there. Nobody's buying what Uber is selling. I mean, look, still a decent company, but technically, no good. So when I do take a stock out of my buy list, there's a reason for it. And if you guys don't hear it, then you don't. Upstart. I start consolidating. Can't wait. Just can't wait to get back in this. Just going sideways. There is a secondary that they're issuing, so there's some technical issues with this. You guys need to be careful with it, but I bet you it's going sideways for probably just like it did here. This was the catalyst. Been trading Upstart. You guys can go check the old power hours in my watch list. About 30. We got up to as high as 86 after the earnings, which was a little nosebleed. But this was like these types of patterns, right? Buy on pullbacks, buy on dips. Risks are much less, especially if you have found the trend. The trend is your friend. Don't question it. And Zillow is the last one. Again, consolidation, gap up. This was the earnings. This right here was the earnings, right? And what I'm saying is that when a catalyst happens and something gaps up, and it does, and consolidates, you got to get in. And then new high. Consolidation, new high. I'm just telling you, these are the things. These stocks don't care what the market's doing. Okay? They really don't. They couldn't care less. They're going to do, it's not a stock. It's a market of stocks. It's not a stock market. Okay? Unless you're doing the ETFs, then you own S&P 500. So that's that. Let's get back, answer some questions. Hopefully you guys have some questions. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. No questions. Come on now. All right, Luis, I hope I answered your NVIDIA question. What about Peanut? Peanut? I coined no. I don't know. There you go. Another member. What did you do with your Lunar? LUNR. I know you bought some. I know you bought some at like 7.5 range, maybe, or something like that. It's like 12 and change. You hit 15. You had a double there, sir. Did you trade it? PNUT. Is that a stock or is that a coin? I'll take a look at Peanut. Yes, you did, Vic. But then after that, they did the secondary. You would have eaten it. So all I'm telling you is you got to time these things right. Now I like it because technically it looks more sound than when you did it. And Hustle Buddha, hey Buddha, what's up? Craig Metal NNE. Oh, let's take a look at NNE. No, never a bag holder. It's okay. Don't put all your money in one basket. Boost. My girl knows. Okay. Oh no. Good question, actually. Here's my official merch maker of the channel. Sergio, if Hal earnings, I'm not doing it for earnings. I'm buying the stock for 50% of cash value. Okay, so if I gave you a basket of cash, okay, if I showed you $3, okay? This is a good lesson, actually. If I showed you $3, would you look at that as $1.75 or $1.70? Or would you look at it, take face value and look at it at 3? 3, right? But if I told you this $3, I'm selling it to you for $1.75, will you buy it? Would you? Most of you would, right? So this is what I want you to do. While you guys are here, go to Yahoo Finance, put on How, right? Click on statistics and look at the statistics. I love Yahoo Finance. I use it every single day, multiple times. It gives you a quick glimpse. If you click on statistics, you will see cash, net cash, outside debt. Okay? Look at net cash. How do you figure that out? Cash and cash equivalent, it's there in a column, and debt is in another column. HOWL has $3 and change, a little higher than $3 and change in net cash. Okay? Granted, it's a biotech company. Granted, they have to spend money to get the, a couple of the important drugs they have in the pipeline into market. I get that. But if a company, even a biotech company, is selling at $3 net cash, they have $3 net cash, and they don't need to raise more cash, meaning dilute to shareholders going forward for a long time. Actually, they announced that since 2020, until mid-2026, they don't have to raise cash. So dilution of shareholders is not going to be there. At some point, they may have to do that. If I see a $3 net cash number and stock is selling 180, I will accumulate it. I'm not doing it for earnings because biotech don't have earnings. It's not an earnings play. This is a cash play. If I show you $3 and I'm willing to sell it to you at 160, 170, I'll take that all day long. So I'm admitting I was wrong when I started buying it. Don't forget, this was a $4 number about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So all the money came in now, just literally like just falling knife style at 10 cents, 5 cents a day, bleeding me to death, right? Okay. Well, after what I did on the 2.5 calls for November, my cost is down to 248, I think. Okay. I started selling the calls again this morning. I sold them at 10 cents. I have them all the way up to 10, 15, 20 cents. This stock will rally back to 220, 210, whatever. It won't be enough for me to break even, but what it will do is those options will be more valuable. I'll put out the rest of the options. That's the second part that I'm repairing. This is called a repair. Okay. I'm repairing my problem here. And the last but not least is that, to me, this could turn into a tax loss selling situation. See, my situation could be very different than all of yours, which it is. So if I have a $10,000 loss in the stock and I have $100,000 in gains in that I've taken during the year, well, I have to pay taxes on 100,000. So I could sell this at the end, last day of the year. Okay, take that loss, deduct it from the 100, pay less taxes. So I'm looking at it with so many different ways than some of you. That's why I say, yeah. So market is smart, so why is Howell tanking? Yeah, market's saying you're wrong, Serge. And I'm saying, no, I don't mind buying something that has $3 plus in cash for almost 50% discount. I've done this before a few times, right? And but at the moment, I'm wrong. I agree. But I'm not, so I hope I explained myself clearly enough. Any other questions? Come on now. Don't be shy. I have 10 more minutes. No questions? Oh, peanut. P-N-U-T. Was it P-N-U-T? N-N-N-E. Okay, let's go take a look. P-N-U-T and N-N-E. Okay, hold on. Not panic. Hold on. I know what I'm doing. P-N-U-T and N-N-E. N-N-E, there's another nuclear stock, correct? Yeah, it's just kind of consolidating. Yeah. I think Vic gave that to us like at 10 and a half, 11, I think. Vic, all these stocks that you gave us, hope you're holding. Hope you're not becoming a jockey and trading. You just buy and hold these damn things. And, stop yourself out at the 50 EMA. NNE, yeah, it's going sideways. What is there not to? I mean, next leg higher, it's going to be higher. Like, it was as high as close to 37. It's 20, what is it? 21.85. Yeah. This looks a lot like LUNR. I don't know. And peanut, P-N-U-T. Okay, that doesn't even exist. Is it? Seriously, you guys are yanking my chain here? Okay, there's no P. Oh, you mean P-N-U-T in an altcoin? In a shitcoin world? I guess. I don't know. I don't have a way of looking at it on Thinkorswim. Do I? No. My puts. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know, man. Is it an altcoin? I think it's an altcoin, right? I don't know. Oh no, I'm not interested. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, think about that. I mean, what are you guys doing? You guys know that I'm not interested in any of that. One of the meme coin, altcoin, whatever you want to call it, is the one that Weasel told me about, Michi coin. Michi coin? Was it Michi coin? Whatever. That thing went from like 10 cents to 45 cents because they're all following Bitcoin. Well, what is there not to understand? Um, you can use that. I can use what? You sold it. Why'd you sell it? Let it ride, Vic. Come on now. I can use Michi doing what? By use it at Starbucks? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I have enough. Oh, you have to. I can use Michi to see peanut on photon. This is all foreign language to me. I'm too old. I'm more interested in more substantive shit. This stuff, you guys can do whatever you want. Make some money, lose some money. I don't care. Vic G says he made 100%. Okay, cool. What else is there? But the peanut, I was right? It was because of the squirrel that the sheriffs or whoever shot. Is that the one? Right? They created a coin after the dead squirrel, which was named Peanut. Right? What is this world coming to? Just trade goddamn Nvidia. What peanut? Jesus Christ. Bro, when I see this, I so know the market's at the top when this kind of bullshit happens, right? This happened in 2020. This happened again before. I so know everything is at the top when garbage like this is going up 100, 200, 300%, right? It's not worth the paper it's printed on. I mean, come on, people. Get serious, man. We're here for the long haul. Yeah, you go buy peanut, make 100% on it. Hopefully you get out. Most of them become bag holders. They go to write it. A lot of people. There was an interview the other day. Some guy got interviewed. He's making 50K a year. He borrowed on his credit card. This is on the last round of Dogecoin. He put everything he has in it. He borrowed on his credit cards, everything he had in it, into Dogecoin at like 5 cents, 8 cents or something. At the peak of Dogecoin, this guy who's a hippie, who will never see this kind of money in his life, they even interviewed him on a massive YouTube channel. He was worth like $3 million. He showed the Robinhood account. $3 million he was worth. They tried to beg him. They tried to make him understand. You should sell it, take the money. You will never have to work the rest of your life. You're making $50K a year. The guy goes, no, I'm going to be 100 millionaire. And where did Dogecoin go after that? Back to goddamn 5 cents. Come on, man. These things is just, it's FOMO. Okay, we're going to need to work on those shirts today. We Zoom. We're working on new merch. FOMO is one of those shirts that's coming up. So anyway, if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to say goodbye because I have a call at noon. Really important call. And tomorrow, I may be solo. Join the other channel. Chris had a baby boy, healthy baby boy. They're back home. Miss you, Chris. So let's recap. Monday trading with Sergio continues. Friday power hour continues. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I am thinking of thinking. Email me, sergio@sergioavedian.com, to increase the members' lives to 4 times a month, every Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, for 1 hour, as opposed to 2 hours twice a month. So I'm still going to spend the same amount of time, but then do it 4 times. I think it would be a better idea. If you guys think it's a better idea, email me, sergio@sergioavedian.com. Last but not least, grab a membership, come to the members live, get your free t-shirt produced by Mr. Kyle Wezoom at Gig With It. They're amazing shirts. So we all wear these shirts. You get it for free, including shipping. The $30 shirt. Go look at the website. I can't do more than that because I have other things going on. Is FOMO trading 4x a month? Yes, please. Yeah, good luck. Mojotronics is going to go so blow an account one of these days. I'm going to stop you though, Mojotronics. I'm going to slap some sense into you. Bro. I don't want to say Peanut. Jesus Christ, people. I can hardly handle NVIDIA or MicroStrategy. Peanut, I have to trade Peanut. I'm not there. No, you guys can do it on your own. And then if you do lose money, don't come crying. I don't care. Take on your own risk. No, 4 episodes. 4 times a month. Okay, cool. Okay. More members, please email me. Say 4 or 2. If you say 4, I know. You don't write me like a forever email. TLDR email. Say 4, I'll get it. And then we all jump for 1 hour, 60 minutes sharp. Hard stop at 60 minutes. We all put the stuff on the, out there. And then I think so, yeah. Peanut has 1.5 billion market cap. Yeah, it's 1.5 billion more than what it should be. Oh my God, man. What a disaster this planet has become. We need a flush. We need to clean all this up. You know what I mean? But anyway, not my thing. Hey man, look, if it's working, whatever floats your boat, I'm steady Eddie. I'm gonna make my money one with peanut or without peanut. I like peanut butter, but I just can't spend time looking at how to trade peanut. I just can't. I just don't have the time and don't have the energy. And if I have $3 worth of brains left, I want to spend it on quant data and learn something that I know will give me a little bit more of an edge, because we're all looking. That's not an edge. That's like a fad. Come, here today, gone tomorrow. But again, people make money. I don't care. Youngsters are all over it, I'm sure, and doing whatever. Not my thing. If you're here for that, you're on the wrong channel. You gotta go another YouTube channel. But here, not only you will learn, educate yourself, but we're building wealth as opposed to whatever we're doing. So anyway, I don't want to say anymore. So 30 more seconds. Any more questions? Much love to you all. I'm going to run. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, get ready for my 12 o'clock. So that's it. Goodbye. See you on the next channel. At the next channel tomorrow. I'm probably by myself. And just do like a Q&A, I think, for like an hour and a half. I like those. Just read the comments and go at it. So join me there. Support the channel. Thumbs up, please. Share the videos. Whatever. Like the videos and help me grow the channel. I need to get to more people. I really do, because I think my message is loud and clear. Black and white, no gray area. If I eat it, I say I'm eating it. If I am making it, I say I'm making it. That's all I can do. So much love. See you guys later. Okay, so it looks like most of you wanted 4 times a month, members only. If nobody, email me anyway. Then we'll start next week, and then we'll go weekly, unless it's on a holiday or something. I think that's a better idea myself. So thumbs up. See you all Friday, Power Hour. Check out the position screen on the community page. If you're going to tag along, tag along. Bye.